Can everyone, and I mean this honestly, like borderline literally, can all Canes fans, players, Canes coaches, media members that cover the Canes, arena workers at the Lenovo Center, can everybody involved take a big deep breath? Just like an old school woosah, just woosah.
Well, Jacob on our YouTube live chat said, "I'm still crying."
Okay, exactly. Just the emotion needs to come out. I'm fine with it. By the way, I was on Twitter last night. I saw the emotion coming out. But once you gather yourself, deep breath. If you need to go take a moment to yourself, do so, but then come back with a clear mind. Everybody just needs to chill. It seems like every single possession, every single shift is being treated like life and death. Everyone's hyperventilating out there. Just chill a little. Things will figure themselves out. I was exhausted watching that game last night. I'm watching it just like why? It all felt like the last 10 seconds of a 1-point game. Except it was like 20 seconds into the game. And I was trying to watch two games at once. I'd watch the Duke game because the Duke basketball game was going on and they were smoking Miami. Like nobody's heart rate was above 50 over there. You'd watch that, you'd almost fall asleep. Come over to the Canes game, your eyes would glance to the other, and all of a sudden it'd be nuts. Rod Brind'amour, after the game, started talking about the things that the Canes need to change to get back to their successful way of playing.
You look at our identity of our team, it's definitely changed in the last couple of weeks. We've kind of changed the way we play a little bit, and that's, no knock on the guys we brought in. They're great players, but we have to remember how we played the game, and I think we've kind of changed a little bit and clearly not working.
Listen, I don't think anyone's identity can change in a couple weeks. You might not be playing like, right? Do you know what the Canes need? They need a Snickers. You're not yourself right now. You're hungry. Grab the Snickers. Don't make it out to be more than it has to be. Jordan Stahl, the captain, after the game.
I just don't think we're defending well enough. I think, we're kind of hoping to outscore teams and hoping to outchance teams and kind of playing that 50-50, if we get more goals than them kind of thing. And we've always been built on club that defends and defends well, and I think we've slipped in that aspect of our game.
Here's my message, okay? Here is my message. And yes, because it's me, it's going to be an analogy, but I think it's a good one. Where the Canes are right now stinks. It's not fun. Right? You look at the last 7-8 games, you look at the results since the Mikko Rantanen trade. It's not a fun place to be. It's not fun to be a fan. They're not fun games to watch. I'm sure they're not fun to play in. It's not good. But you ready for the analogy? Do you know what the Canes season is right now? It's a wet football. It's a wet football. Because here's the thing. I played quarterback, and I absolutely hated playing in the rain. Okay? Hated it for whatever reason. Actually, we're going to wrap in all the weekly topics. The combine starts tomorrow, right? The NFL combine. What are they going to measure for quarterbacks?
Hand size.
Hand size.
There it is. Everyone's favorite.
Oh yeah.
Says a lot about somebody.
Can you make it? Can you make the spiral spin? Can you spin it in bad weather? That's decided by if you have a 9.5-inch hand or a 10-inch hand. Everybody knows that. So here's what I mean when I say it's a wet football. I don't want to digress too far. If you haven't played quarterback or you haven't thrown in the rain, and there's really not a reason for many of you to do so, it goes counterintuitive. Do you know how you have a better grip in the rain on a football? You loosen your grip. If you squeeze too tight, right? Because it's cold, it's rainy. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna squeeze tight. It's like soap. It squeezes and it squirts out of your hand, right? So in the middle of your motion, the ball will squirt out. Instead, what you have to do is focus on keeping a nice loose grip. And then you can sling it like more closely to what you would do in a nice sunny, wind-free day. So that's what the Canes season is right now. It stinks, just like throwing in the rain stinks. It's definitely not fun. It's not as good. It's not ideal. But your instinct is to squeeze tighter. Your instinct is on this possession, on this shot, I am going to overcome the glass ceiling that has held back the Canes in the last 6 years. I'm going to make the Mikko Rantanen trade look like a success. I'm going to save Rod brind'amour from the scrutiny of everyone criticizing his decisions. I'm going to make my own contract worthwhile. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to prove all of this. I'm going to rub it in all the haters' face on this particular shot. Squeeze too tight, squirts out of your hands. You lose 4-0 to Montreal on a random Tuesday. Just loosen your grip a little bit. Just understand the core level of what's going on here. There's a bunch of good hockey players on a hockey team. Go play good hockey. Mm-hmm. Right? Rod brind'amour shuffled up the lines yesterday, and there was 11-7. I don't know what happened with Jost kind of in the pregame that made them flip and do a little line gymnastics. But I'm not even going to focus on that. Whoever's out there, play good hockey. We are like 30 seconds away from going full Mighty Ducks. It was Ted Lasso, full Disney / sports television show, and taking all these guys to a roller hockey rink and having them scrimmage against middle schoolers just to remind them how they fell in love with the game. I need Jarvis to play his role right now. I need Jarvis to get everybody laughing right before puck drop. Everybody to relax. Right? It's not great. I'm not the fans that were really upset yesterday, I get it. The fans that are demanding motion, right? If things aren't going well, I need you to do something. I get it. I hear you. I'm not discrediting any of those feelings. But I've watched a lot of sports in my life. I've been a part of a lot of sports in my life, and I'm pretty sure the way you get to the next level, the way you fix it, isn't through fake hustle. It's not through, I got to go do a lot because a lot needs to be done. It's looking at it and saying, I think this one might just need some time. I think this one might just need some patience. Yesterday, I posted some form of this on Twitter, and a lot of people were like, okay, I get what you're saying. And then they listed like 9 things that they felt had to happen. It's like, all right, I'll be patient, but I'm like, no but.
No buts.
Just relax. I was sending back Yoda GIFs. I was sending back like patient we must be. Like I was just everybody chill.
I know like Aaron in our YouTube live chats says I've got too much stress in my life from school and work for the Canes to stress me too.
Exactly. Like I'm not discrediting any of that. And whether you're joking or not, I get it. We come to sports for the escape. I try to be that here on the show.
That's fair.
I understand that. And over the last 5-6 years, they've probably been one of the more stable things in your life. You show up, you're going to get a good, hard-nosed hockey game with players you're used to, and way more often than not, you're going to win in the regular season. Like, I'm sure the Canes play that role, but right now, they've made the big swing. They've done the big thing. They went and traded for Mikko Rantanen. That's going to be a bit of an upheaval. Now you just give it time. Give it time. Last night, bad game.
Bad game.
But it's hard for me to believe that bad game was not partially driven by the fact that they were trying to prove that the last stretch is not what they really are, and they were going to prove it all in one random game against Montreal. And then you get down 2-0 quick, and it's all of a sudden just bad news from there.
And now you're chasing the game.
You're
bad.
Exactly. You're pressing. You know, and again, in football, we used to call it trying to score the 25-point touchdown. Right? You're out there throwing deep on first down just because you're trying to make up the whole gap in one play. It doesn't exist. There is no shot that you can score, no matter how cool it is, no matter how much awesome stick handling, no matter how much you go barred down, there is no shot that's going to put you ahead of the Washington Capitals. There is no shot that's going to win you the cup in February. There's no shot that's going to make the Mikko Rantanen trade an overwhelming success in one fell swoop. It's about just playing good hockey consistently, and over time, it'll all happen. Trust the process. And I know that's gotten a bad intonation thanks to the Sixers.
I said it might trigger some people.
Just, and I'm a Sixers fan, so I get it. Like, trust what the term trust the process meant 20 years ago. Trust the recipe, trust the players, trust that you know what you're doing. Other than that, yeah, you're going to be a little fanatical. You're a fan. But other than that, watch, give it time.
We'll all wear Whalers colors tomorrow, and we'll all feel good.
It is a cool logo. Very cool logo.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very cool logo.